We've just been on the dementia bus. We haven't never experienced it before, and what I would say is I think everybody who works in healthcare should go on it, should definitely look to go on it. It just gave me such a good insight into what our residents might be feeling, and given me a lot to think about how I can go back into my workplace and just reconsider what they might be feeling and how I react to things from now on.
Yeah, great. Jamie said it.
Well, I've just been in and had what they refer to as the virtual dementia experience. And it's disconcerting, a whole bunch of kind of virtual reality things. Essentially, it's a reminder that people with dementia experience the world really differently to us. Also a reminder that those people who are working with people who are on the dementia journey do kind of need to understand what it is that are the triggers for people to be able to pay attention, to perform basic tasks. And it's really hard. I mean, I was asked to do something really very simple and I did it very, very badly. You've got audio visual issues, sensory issues, just generally being aware of your surroundings. Everything seems kind of distorted and you're not able to kind of screen out external noise. There's an awful lot more I would need to know, but I think it reminds us that the experience of people with dementia is very different from those of us who don't have it. Disconcerting, frightening, limiting, and if we're going to have a service that cares for people with dementia properly, people who are working with them, 100% of those who work with people with dementia need to have really good training so they know exactly what it is they're dealing with. I think my understanding is that fewer than half of those who work in care settings actually have the ability to take advantage of that training, and that's a thing we need to solve.
What you experienced?
So, going into the experience today, I had no idea what to expect, and I have to say it was quite extreme. Definitely a sensory overload. So, and not being able to see very well, and all the background noise. So, obviously, I've got a first-hand experience now of what it's like, as I say, at the extreme. It would be really great to have a part one, just to sort of see what it's like as you're gradually getting to that point, just to help sort of understand things a bit better and how to help somebody who may be starting with dementia at this stage. Would be really useful.
So I've just been on the virtual dementia tour. Very helpful for anybody who's dealing with loved ones who've got dementia. It just gives you an insight as to what they are experiencing and what they have to go through every day, and how we could maybe adapt to their world to help them get through their fogginess and their confusion. And really helpful, that bus. I would recommend it to anybody that's got somebody with dementia.
Find it
Overwhelming. I mean, like, you go in and it's just constant noises, so many noises in the head, and like, so hard to distinguish anything. Picking anything up is really difficult. Doing like everyday tasks that you think, you know, most people day to day will manage. It was really hard. I couldn't find any glasses when the guy there running it, he asked me to find some dark blue glasses, but I picked up a black pair, and then I think I picked up a red pair, and it's like distinguishing between colours. I know he was saying it's like the lighter colours I think are often the ones that dementia sufferers, they can pick out, but darker colours it's really hard to distinguish, and it turned out they were all the same colour anyway. So okay. I couldn't do. I mean, that was what, 6 minutes, but you know, it's only just a brief insight into what it's like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And it's unimaginable, really. But yeah, really, really interesting and valuable insight.
Perfect. So as it helps sort of contextualise what we've just been teaching in the college scenario.
Definitely, yeah. And I know I was speaking to one of the colleagues here who's running it today from the home instead, and she's saying, imagine trying to give a medication, trying to hand over some tablets, you know, or administer a drug to a patient with the condition. You've got to try and put yourself in their shoes. So I think a lot of the symptoms that were explained and the difficulty taking the dose, you know, the dose of medication, it all adds up.
Yeah, so it'll help you with sort of when you're out on the wards and you're caring for patients and they've got dementia, so it'll help you sort of understand why sometimes.
Yeah, it gives a lot of context, and you know, I think it makes you step back, and help you kind of envisage that before you go and see to the patient.
I'm really glad we managed to get booked on then.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
would you recommend it?
I would indeed. Yeah, anyone who fancies understanding more about dementia, just getting a feel really of what people go through with it really. But yeah, thanks very much for putting us on for it. Yeah, it was good.